Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So tonight we are going to do a review of these gel pens that my husband bought me last night. He got them at Walmart. There's 60 of them and they cost about $17. So he called me over the phone because I was looking for, I think I was talking about them in a previous video and I put them away and I don't have them. I was talking about Gel pen, so GEL-BEE, like a bumblebee. I bought a few individuals at CVS a couple years ago and I love them and I can't find them anywhere. I was trying to buy a whole set and it seems like they produced them for like that year and I can't find them. They're like permanently out of stock on Amazon. You go to their website, they say you can buy them at CVS and Walgreens. I've looked in both. I can't find them. So I asked my husband to look at Walmart last night. Well, he was there and he did not find gel bees, but he found this set and he kept going on and on about all the different colors and how interesting it was. So I actually didn't see what he was talking about. But finally I was like, okay, buy them. He totally enabled me over the phone. So he bought them. So they were about $17. And then when he brought them home, they come in this like cool plastic case thing, which is awesome. And it's been really difficult for me not to open them, particularly since I was working with gel pens yesterday. I just wanted to open them and check them out and color with them. But I withheld myself because I wanted to open them with you guys. So we'll start by opening up this plastic wrapper. And there's been like this little hole in the plastic that I've been eyeballing like all night last night. So it's covered in plastic. And this is a Walmart ink brand, so Pen+Gear. It is a Walmart brand, and if you look here, it says right there, Walmart ink. Pen+Gear is a trademark, and there's the barcode if you're interested. But it's got this sleeve over it. And then this is a hard plastic, and it actually looks like they're individual trays, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm just going to slide this plastic sleeve off. Oh, okay, so here it says, let me just take this off. Here it says interlocking storage trays right here. And you can see there that they do separate. So it comes with, if you can read this side, 12 primary, 12 neon, 12 glitter, 12 metallic, and 12 pastel, which I'm really excited about the pastels because in all the gel pens you saw that I have, I do not have any pastels. Okay, and then the other two sides just say the same thing. So here we are. Here's the top level. So I'm going to show you all four sides before I unlock anything. So there's the top. Well, there's the front, rather. Here's the top. This is where all the pen tops are. And it looks like, okay, so see, these click down, but then I can open it up. So that's kind of neat. And then there's a, oh, there's like hinges on this bottom side. See? Okay, so hold on, so we'll get to that in a minute. So then these click. So there's the top, there's the underneath, the back side. Here are my sides here. And then this is like, I don't know if this is like another interlocking side or if this is just so you can like hold it. See, these got these little, here, let me just, for easier viewing. It's got these like little, I'm gonna move this out of the way so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's got like this little, see, it's got this little hanger thing, but there's 4 of them. So I'm not quite sure what those are for, unless they're also for locking. So anyway, so when I opened it up, the glitter was on top, but honestly, if you feel the case, there's like a lip here, and this is more smooth, so I actually think that this is like the top of the case, but I'm not sure. I think so. So now, let's see, if we open this. So you can do this with it. And these are, I think these are the neons, but I'm not sure. Let me see. We have primary. Are these primaries? It's kind of hard to tell if these are primaries, neons, or pastels. To be honest with you, it's kind of difficult to tell. So we'll have to go through them to see. And, oh, and look at this. This actually completely separates. Ta-da! See these little tabby things here? They slide into, I don't know if you can see this little slot thing. Let me see if I can bring it into focus, this little slot thing. So those tabs, let me see if I can do it in such a way so that way you guys can see. These tabs here slide into, oh, how did I do it? Oh, trying to figure it out, guys. Oh, here we go. So they slide in like this. There we go. See? So you can or put it back on, or take it off, or put it on. So there we go. So that's how that works. That's interesting. All right. And then so this actually opens up, and this is so this is how you, so you open this up and you can access this side and this side. So these are definitely the metallics for sure. So these are their 12 metallics. So I don't know if they go, well, they don't go in order by the list, so I can't, that doesn't help. So we're still not quite sure what these are. Doesn't exactly tell you. I'm going to just take one out. Yeah, nowhere does it tell you what it is. So, ooh. Yeah, so this doesn't stay in here very easily. So I'm just going to slide those back in. I'm actually going to close this section. And then if you open it back up, I'm going to open this. Okay. Now, oh, these are definitely the pastels. So that means the ones we just saw were either neon or primary. So we've narrowed it down. These are definitely the pastels. So when you open up this section, does this come out? It does. So you can actually remove each section as you want. Just gonna put it back in for now. Okay. And this side here is the back side of the metallic, so you actually can't access them. So when you open up this section, you can only access the pastels. And there's the 12 pastels. Okay. Now we'll go to the next section, which would be this one. So when you open up this one, so okay, these are the primaries. These must be the primaries. So I think those very first ones are the neons. These definitely look less bright than the very first ones. So again, I'm pretty sure this section probably separates. Yep, it does. See, I'll show you guys. See, so that section separates. So you can pretty much take each of these trays apart. So open that up. We're going to close this again. I have one more section on the back here. And these are my glitters. And I can tell that only from the metallics because the caps have glitter in them. So it's like a sparkle cap. So that means these are the glitters because the metallics had a solid cap. So these are the glitters. So if I wanted to, we could separate this. There's my glitters, separate tray. Let's see if I can put it over here where you guys can see it. Then we're gonna open this section. Here's my primaries, separate tray. Actually, it's kind of neat because then you can just work on them like this. Here's my pastels. And you open up this section. And here's my, so I'm just trying to be careful because I don't, you have to pull these out at a certain angle. If I were to just do that, I could actually snap that tab. So it's something to definitely be careful for. It's pretty thick. plastic, but it's pretty thick. Here, let me try and bring it into focus. So it's pretty thick here. I'm just trying to bring it into focus. It's pretty thick here, but then when you get to where it's actually on molded onto the case, it's actually pretty thin. So you could theoretically break these off very easy. So I would just suggest you just be careful when you're handling these tabs. So that's kind of neat because now I can separate all my trays and I can work from them all at once if I wanted to. Or I could just probably take one tray out and put the rest back away depending on what I wanted to work with. Very cool. And then I don't know, I think, so with the exception of this tray, which is my neons, the neons do not have a tab. So this has got like the female piece that takes the tab, but there's no tab on the other side. Whereas these, all the other trays, well, I'm not going to say all of them, but like this one, this is the metallics. I have a tab on one side, and on the back side of the tray I have the female to accept the tab. And this is my pastels. I've got the tab, the female to accept the tab. Primaries, I've got the tab, female to accept the tab. Glitters, I have the tab and female to accept the tab. So essentially speaking, for all of the, I could put these four in whatever order I want, but this one will always have to go on the outside facing into a tab. This one will never have the opportunity to go anywhere in the order. So I could essentially just put these together in whatever order I wanted, as long as this one flips over and goes on top. So, but that's pretty neat. So you can contain them all. So I'm actually going to leave them all separate, so that way we can play with them a little bit and see what they feel like, or what they color like. So I'm going to put these over here. So this was the picture I had picked. So let me just put this here. I'm going to look for a color that calls to me. I'm just thinking of like what colors I want to use. I think I want to use, I'm going to start with the primaries. So here are my primaries. And I want to use, I think like, I'm thinking like this feels like a quilt, so to speak. So I think I want the horse to be brown. Maybe with a black mane or a colored mane, I haven't decided, but there's so many feathers and baubles in the mane that we could easily keep the horse and the mane neutral and just go crazy with colors. But the quilted pattern speaks to me like a red, white, and like, well, maybe not white, but maybe like a red, blue, and cream color. So I'm thinking red, at least for one of these big stars, and I'm thinking the one on the horse. So we're going to start with this primary red. So if you look at the primaries quickly, they snap in and out of their trays, and it's actually pretty firm. They don't jiggle around. It's a pretty firm fit, so they're not going to jostle around inside the case, which is kind of nice. And then so you've got a pink, a red, an orange, a yellow, a light green, a teal, a regular green, a blue, a purple, a brown, and it looks like 2 blacks. Huh. So yeah, in the primary you get 2 blacks, which is kind of nice. I feel like you can never have enough black gel pens. So we're going to take out the red. And honestly, if I look inside the pen, it doesn't look very red. It looks more orange, so it'll be interesting to see what color this comes out as. But we'll just take the cap off. Again, the cap is a pretty tight fit. I mean, putting some good oomph into that. And then the point of the pen actually seems pretty small. I think it's smaller than the other gel pens I was using. Okay, so I'm gonna color this little section right here. So let's zoom in so you guys can see. I'm going to color this little section right here. We'll see What do we think? Oh, immediately the ink comes out. Almost immediately, the second I touch the paper, it's flowing out very smoothly. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit more. I know the lighting's not the best. It's nighttime and now it's just my kitchen light, but literally it's coming out pretty smooth. Just had some patchy bits. Was stuttering a little bit as it came off, but not too bad. So I'm just feeling around to see. So the, I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't want to go, because I zoomed in close. I just want to show you guys. The core inside the plastic pen is a little loose. So I can actually feel this piece wiggling around a little bit while I'm coloring, which I don't really like too much. But with how easily the ink is flowing out of the pen, it kind of makes up for that. I mean, this is just so smooth. Unbelievably smooth. And the red actually is not too orange. I mean, on the paper, it doesn't look too orange. And I apologize because the lighting is just not good enough. I'm going to stop this for a moment and I'm going to get some better lighting. So this will be a two-part video. But I just want you guys to be able to pick up the vibrancy of the color, and because you're just not getting it right now. So I'll be back in just a second. Go to part 2, please.